All right, got it on the second try. Hey, everybody, good morning. It is Thursday. It is the 23rd or something like that. It is the 23rd. And here I have Beep. Look at that. Now the thumbnail wasn't a lie. She was doing this just before I started. As I told you, she started to become something of a leg climber, and I have no idea how her adopters are going to deal with that. Hopefully, they're genes. We can also trim her nails if we have to, but I think it's adorable for one. It's been a long time since we've had a kitten that would just do this, and she was doing it even without the toy. I come in the room lately, and she just wants to climb right up and see what I'm doing. We've had a lot of kittens in the past that have done that, but not so many recently. Anyway, I thought this morning we could start with a toy and try to get some video of everybody being cute, but it seems like Beep is probably going to be the one that dominates the use of the toy. Oh, and it's a little tricky to catch action with a toy in one hand and the camera in the other. It's a lot to focus on. But I'll do what I can for you. Anyway, no real news of yesterday. Spa time was just for the faculty last night. And because the faculty keeps going in and eating the food from the bells and whistles here, and it's the same food, by the way. Everybody gets Fancy Feast, classic pate chicken flavor, which I've talked about in the past. We feed them because Fancy Feast is the food that our doctor recommends as being high protein and low carb. It's actually not all Fancy Feast, I should be clear, because there's like 100,000 different types of Fancy Feast, but just the classic pate in particular. And it works out really well for us, I've noticed, as a diet. There's a couple things that I don't love about it, but mostly it is a huge improvement. Um, and someday we may still switch to Dr. Elsie's, but that's way off the subject. What I was saying was the faculty like to go in and eat the kitten's food, even though it's the exact same food, and I have no idea why they like it so much better in the kitten room, but that's fine. So when I closed these guys up in their room last night, I gave them one of the trays of leftover food from the faculty. I figured that would be fair. And it probably was fair. The faculty's doing fine. But the faculty then ran out of food in the middle of the night somewhere. And this morning, I woke up to all of them, all seven of them, in the bedroom, meowing and climbing all over the bed and looking for breakfast in a way that we haven't seen in quite a while. In fact, Acro even did his trick of getting on the end table or the nightstand and starting to knock everything off of the nightstand, which is something that he used to do every morning when he wanted to get fed. He would come in and just start knocking everything off of the nightstand until we got up and fed him because he knew it would get him attention. He hasn't done it in a long time, but this morning he was back at it like he'd never missed a beat. Wow, beep. That was quite a beep leap there. So, yeah, so that was fun, having the whole faculty come to say good morning to me, which is, again, something that's quite rare these days. But I appreciated it. So, I think I mentioned to all of you that this toy that so many of our classes have loved that we got from somebody like 2 years ago, I went online and I ordered two more of them. So even though Beep is tearing this one up, we've finally got a couple of these in reserve. They turn out to be pretty popular toys. Oh, Belle, I'm sorry. Did I just make Beep claw you? I think she missed. I think it just looked like she got her. Oh, good job, Foggy. All right, yeah, there we go. Give somebody else a chance, Beep. Oh, do you hear that growl? I don't know. Is she gonna growl again? Did you hear that? So serious, such a serious little foggy beans. It's so nice of Maggie to sit back and let the kittens have the first try here. I thought this would be a good time to start the stream, even though I need a lot more coffee this morning because Loganberry's not here yet. He tends to hang out upstairs at the beginning of the morning, then come down for a late breakfast. And I think he tries to do it to avoid his morning medication, which he hates taking. But I always go up there and find him and give it to him, and it hasn't changed his activity at all. So maybe he's just late to breakfast. That's fine too. Anyway, I thought it would be good to start the stream down here with these kittens playing with the toys because Loganberry is so insistent on toys. He won't sit back like Maggie does and let the kittens play. He'll barge right in and take the toy and try to go away with it and just dominate all the play. All right, okay, let's see. Now, this is Klaxon has been right here in front of me the whole time, but Klaxon is usually the sort of the last one to go for the toy. It's funny how that's a pattern that has been true since the very first time I played with a toy with them. We got the noodle stick out when they were still very tiny kittens and couldn't walk very well. And these two, I had to work with them a little bit, but they were all scared of the noodle stick at first. But these two came around pretty quickly, and Klaxon never did, actually. I think Klaxon will play with a noodle stick now, but in those first sessions, I could not get her to do it. She still seems like she's a little bit that way, which is okay. It's fine. She and Beep together are going to make such a perfect pair of cats with different personalities, but they get along really well, you know? It's fantastic. They're getting adopted together, if that wasn't clear. Beep and Klaxon are. All right. Well, let's go see the little kittens because I know, excuse me, I know you guys will all be interested in that. Ellie, it's funny you ask about Maggie's mouse because that's what I was looking for. I wanted to do this with Maggie's mouse because the kittens are so cute when they grab it and hang on to it like Maggie does, and then you can get all the close-ups of them being really angry with the mouse in their mouth. But I couldn't find one. We might be out. I think I have to order some more. So, because I give them to Maggie, and I let Maggie just have them off of the string, and she'll carry them around and play with them for days, and then she puts them under the doors in the house, all the doors. She puts them under the closet doors and the basement doors, and every time I'm opening a closet or going in the basement, I find one of her little mice and I throw it out. It's fun. Um, and over time, she also ends up unraveling them, and I have to throw them away. So, at any rate, they're either hiding in the basement or something, like real mice would, or they're thrown out. So I'll order some more for her. But oh, that reminds me of the regular mouse report. We've got one mouse this morning in the trap under the sink. Um, and we've got 4 traps under the sink and one in the basement. And the last night I baited some of them with cheese and some of them with peanut butter, and the mouse was in one of the peanut butter traps. Also, one of the traps that hasn't caught a mouse before. So again, I feel like the one mouse that we keep catching is the same mouse, and then he comes in, he gets in the trap, he gets a free meal of peanut butter or cheese, and then I put him outside in the morning, and the next night he comes back for another free meal. And I really feel that way because he seldom gets into the same trap twice. So now that he's been into each trap at least once, he's either going to have to decide that he wants the food bad enough to just go in anyway. He knows the deal. He goes in the trap, he gets to eat, and then in the morning I put him outside. So, it's not that bad, actually. And maybe he'll decide that's a good deal. Or I have to get smarter and find another way to get him. I do, Felina, I do. I wash the traps every morning when there's been a mouse in it. In fact, one of them is on the one that he was in last night is on the kitchen counter drying right now. So I do wash them. So I don't think it's his own smell. I even spray him down with a little bit of either cleaner or Nature's Miracle or something. So I don't think I think he's just really smart. I mean, we started with those plastic traps, the green plastic. Okay, we got to stop this. We're going to go upstairs. Okay, we'll play with you more later. We started with the green plastic traps that were so effective at first and would catch the mice, like 3 nights in a row. And then they figured out, there were 2 mice at that point, they figured out that they could open the back of the trap and just take the food out and not even go into the trap. And after that, they've never been in the trap once. They just open the back and take the food. And even after I like zip tied it so they couldn't open it, they still won't go in the front. They just go and play with the back side of it, trying to get it open. They're like, well, I can't get it open, so I'm done. So it's really like you can see them literally learning a lesson here. And it's fascinating to watch how smart they are. Just really smart and able to, not just learn something, but to retain it then over days and take advantage of it and change, their behavior so that, it wouldn't be the first time I heard a comparison to the rats of Nim and Mrs. Brisby. Was that her name, Mrs. Brisby? I loved that show, that movie when I was a kid. It's one of my favorites. I think now it's, there's definitely some bits in it that are very dark, and I don't think I would appreciate quite the same now. But, oh man. All right. Let's see. Head on upstairs. So yeah, the mice are brilliant, though. A little too brilliant, and now it's. I think it's going to come down to a battle of the wits, and it's really going to. We're going to find out for sure whether or not Mr. A can outsmart a mouse in the long game. I don't think the answer there is anything certain. Could go either way. So here's Gabby. And this morning when I went to give Gabby her breakfast and empty her litter box like I do every morning, I opened the door and she made a move to run out and go out in the house. Which, I think I mentioned, I've let her go out and explore a couple times now. And apparently now she feels like that's her right. If she wants to go out of the room, she should be allowed to. And so this morning she was like, all right, let's go. I'm going out. I didn't let her out because Brooke was out first thing in the morning. That's Brooke's time, one of Brooke's times. But, boy, she made a move for it. So she's definitely going to get more time out in the room. So pretty. Yes, you are. Very pretty and floofy. I think her hair's getting a little bit slicker, which is nice. It's still not what I would call shiny, but there's a little bit of shine in the right here. Look at that. It's starting to get there. When she came in, it was so I don't know how you describe it. Sort of dry, I guess. It was like dry hair. And I think she's really starting to come around a little bit at a time. You got a little ways to go before you're as glamorous as Maggie, though. Too cute. I love the way, dull's a good word for it, Felina. Yeah, so anyway, I love the way when I come in here and lay down and hang out with her, she just climbs right up on my chest or on my lap and just wants to sit there and snuggle and cuddle. And it's the sweetest thing. She does also want to play quite a bit lately. If I pet her for, half an hour or so, then after that she starts to want to play a little bit more. And you can see that, she gets a little active. Right now, this is the thing that she's always done too, where if you start to move away from her, she'll put her paw out real quick, like, "Hey, wait, don't go, don't go." Oh yeah, well now she's getting into the play a little bit. That's fine too. That's good. Like I mentioned before, I know, especially when she's playing with her kittens, it can be a little scary to watch, but she's very, very gentle. Even when she's like putting her teeth on me like this, she doesn't bite. She's just using her mouth. And with her claws too. And like she's got a claw stuck in my sleeve right now, but she really doesn't use them. You know, like she wouldn't claw my hand or anything. So, so I know like I said, it can be. She can be so like sort of quick. Like she makes really quick movements, and it can be a little spooky. But she's pretty gentle about the whole thing. Okay, all right, but we got to find you a more appropriate toy than a hand, though. I should have brought that toy up with me. I meant to do that, and then I put it away instead. She does have some toys of her own up here, but I don't think anything quite as nice as that little feather. Yeah, nothing I want to pull out right at the moment, so that's okay. Let's look at some kittens, and then I'll play with you afterwards. Maybe we can get you some outside time soon. So, here are her three kittens that we need to weigh this morning. Let me get the scale slid out, and here we go, trying to do two things in two directions and still give you guys a view. Meanwhile, Gabby out here is really insistent that I don't stop petting her. Gabby's like, come on now. We had a deal. You're supposed to pay attention to me. That's the deal. I know, Gabby. I'm working on it. Okay. All right. So these three were so active. When I got up, maybe like half an hour, 45 minutes ago, they were walking back and forth around the little box and playing with each other and stuff. And I guess they wore themselves out because now they're all just kind of snuggled up together. We're going to make them active again. And I feel like, I tell you what I've been thinking about. You guys tell me what you think. I've been thinking about cutting down the front of the box early. Normally, we wait until they're really good walkers to open the box for them. But I'm thinking I might open the box today and use that barrier that we've got to sort of keep them up close by the box so they don't get the whole room. And that way we can give, especially Banter, a little bit more walking practice because she's kind of a drag. Yeah. Uh, no, she's actually, so we've seen some, she gets her legs under her, but she needs a lot more exercise, I think. And see, look, she's doing it right there. That's good. Look, she's even got some daylight under her belly. Now, that's a good walk right there. That's what we want to see more of. And look, she's already out of room. So I'm thinking if we cut down the box and give her a little more space, she'll get even better at it. But look at that. You can see she's really got her legs under her today. That is a great thing. That's good to see. That makes me happy. That's good. I guess the little bit of exercises and play that we've been doing with her is paying off. That and she's just getting older. It's usually it's not kittens aren't too far behind if at 3 weeks like they're going to be on Saturday, they'll be 3 weeks I think. And if they're sort of walking clumsily by then they're doing fine. So she's actually right on schedule. But she's definitely not quite as far along as her two sisters are. These two are already pro runners. Well, I'm exaggerating, of course. They still fumble and stumble, and they're little kittens. But I do feel like they're both doing a little bit more than she is. Yawn. So this is Banter, by the way, if I didn't use her name. I think I did. She's having a look around. And the one coming up here is Blarney. And I'm trying to keep Gab entertained out here so that she doesn't run back in. She does that, and I think partially because she hears her kittens meow, and partially because I stopped petting her, and the two of those together, like she's just, I gotta go do something. So, anyway, that's Blarney and Gab, and see, Blarney is really just Look at how far that belly is off the floor there. I know. Well, you're making it hard for me to get a good angle, Blarney, but I do. I think they're ready for a little bit more space to do a little bit more walking practice. So, yeah, we'll do that today. Adorable drunk zombies is a pretty good description. See, there we've got that's somebody who's really figured it out. That's Blarney. Oh, a little fall, a little stumble, but look at all that space there underneath. It's good. Got that belly up off the floor a bit. Very advanced. Very advanced walking, Blarney. That's good. Oh, what did you say? A silent meow? What's the matter, buddy? Cat got your tongue? Wait, I just used that joke the other day, didn't I? I can't keep doing that. And then we've got you. Are you going to walk for us? Come out here for a minute. Let's get you on the carpet where we can really see you. I know. Gabby's, now she's going to run over. I know, Gabby. Will you walk to your mom? Maybe. She's too busy looking around to walk anywhere right now. Which way are you going to go? What? Your mom's right over there. Look, she's right there. There you go. Let's take a look at these. Let's take a look at these little feetsies. Come walk this way. Oh, okay. Good job, Mom. That's good. Mm-hmm. Well, at any rate, all right. Gabby is just so worked up now. You've been doing this a lot, getting all worked up. I know you can't wait for your little potatoes to be more fun. Boy, you are going to be a super playful mom, though, aren't you? And now we've missed all the walking from Banter, who's now moved all the way over here like a whole foot from where she started. All right, let's get some weights together, everybody. By the way, thank you so much to the people that post those weights every day for me so that I can put them into the spreadsheet. I really appreciate it. I think it makes things a little easier and definitely fun. So let's start there. And if she's going to nurse, then we will start with somebody else. Gabby, you are being ridiculous, though. So ridiculous. Okay, who's here? All right. We've got Blarney. Yes, Blarney. Oh, you have a non-silent meow too, huh? Hi, Blarney. Look at that little face. Your eyes are so big now. Oh my gosh, such big eyes. Look at that. And blue, and so pretty. Oh, I know. And Mom's reaching up to be like, "It's okay, Belle." Or else she's reaching up to be like, "Hey, give me that kitten back." It's okay, Gabby. All right, let's take a weight real quick. Right in there, pal. You're getting big for that bowl. So that's Blarney, and Blarney weighs 14.2 ounces today. Okay, come on now. Got some bedhead going on, Blarney. Why don't you let go of that blanket, pal? I know, you haven't learned how to do that yet. Letting go can be difficult, can't it? It's a lesson we all have to learn at some point. You maybe sooner than others, though. Okay, little Blarney. Somebody outside is being extra playful. I can hear them banging on the wall. I think the kittens, Belle's kittens, may have found their way into the room next door. All right, so there's Blarney. Actually, Blarney, let's leave you out here for just a minute with your mom. There we go. Look at this walking with her feet under her and her belly up off the ground. I mean, not by a lot, but you could fit a piece of paper under there, or maybe a very thin pancake like a crepe. Um, yeah, so that's good. Look at those little legs going. That's what we wanted to see. You take steps that are too big, though. You got to learn to keep those feet under you a little better. There you go. Those are big steps, though. All right, well, you just head right on under there. That's fine. All right, let's put that blanket back in the bowl. Zeroed out, good. You can't just hide under my ankle. Come on. Right up in there, Banter. Okay. I know, well, you're the heavy one, too. You weigh 15.2. 3. 2? 3. We'll say 15.2. She's looking at the fountain. She's like, what is that? Can you even see that far yet? I think you can. At least stuff. I wonder how good their vision is at this age. I know. I hear it's not very good vision yet, but I wonder what that means, if it's just like blurry like it is for me when I don't wear my glasses. Oh, hey, Gabby, don't grab the camera. How are we going to film if you keep grabbing the camera? I should name you Grabby. Yes, okay, Grabby. Okay, Grabby, have your kittens. Oh, there you go. Good. Well, it's good to see. I was afraid that little Banter there might grow up to be a real drag queen. But she's starting to get it figured out, which is nice. So this is Scuttlebutt, who I just woke up. Hey, with a big old belly. Hey, Scuttlebutt. What's up, pal? Just waking up. I know. You're like, what is going on here? All right, well, let's get your weight real quick, and then you can join Mom for a minute. Let's see how we're doing. 13.7. 13.7. Let's double check that. I mean, I can never remember what yesterday's weights were, but that number sounds just a little bit on the low end. Is it? Oh, 13.7. Okay. There we go. Okay, well, he feels good, though, and he's got a big belly, so he just needs to eat more. 13.6 to 13.7, huh? Well, that's a little bit less than what we would normally like, but at this age, she's got enough of a buffer that we can wait a day and see if she makes up for it today. 0.1 is lower than we like. We like 0.2 to be sort of our minimum. We'll see. Scuttlebutt's been pretty good, though. And like I said, she's got a big belly. She's been really good so far. So, and the gains up to this point have been just ridiculous. I think I was saying that yesterday, that the amount that they've been gaining every day has just been crazy. So, if we got one day where she's at 0.1, as long as she doesn't do it 2 days in a row, I feel like we're fine. We'll keep an eye on it. Mom's desperately cleaning them. Hugging a clean. I love it when mom cats hug their little kids. She's a big hugger. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You said that Banter gains an ounce a day, and she basically has been gaining an ounce a day, but that is not sustainable. That is ridiculous gains. Where, I have always said that like zero point 0.5 is really good. If we can get the kittens to gain zero point 0.5 a day, that's like really good. And more than zero point 0.5 is just ridiculous. So this one is ridiculously gaining. I know, that's why it's hard to fit anything more than a pancake under your belly. I have a pancake belly too, but for me that means something different. It means I eat too many pancakes. Yes, it does. Look how cute you are. She just jumped on, what is that, a piece of fluff? A piece of your own fluff you pounced on? You really want to play. All right. Well, we should wrap this up anyway. I see now it's been 30 minutes, so I want to say thank you guys so much for joining me. I saw somebody, Art, asked how old are they? They are going to be 3 weeks old on Saturday, so they're like 2.5, 2 3/4 weeks old. And yeah, so I was saying, thank you guys so much for joining me again this morning. Um, I really appreciate it. I know sometimes, especially when I'm holding the camera like this, I can't see what anybody's saying right now. But I try to keep up with the chat. I do really appreciate that bit of interaction with all of you in the morning. It's a lot of fun for me. So we will do this again tomorrow morning. And if I missed anything that you said in the chat this morning, I will try to make it up to you tomorrow. Meanwhile, if you want to keep watching these kittens, you can do that on the regular Kitten Academy live stream right here on YouTube all day long. Kitten Academy live stream. Just Google for that? No, just search for it on YouTube. You don't have to Google for it. Gabby's starting to get really playful, so as soon as I wrap this up, we're gonna let her out and play with her a little bit because she's got some energy to work off. And on that note, if you are one of our Patreons, if you joined us via Patreon, then you owe it to yourself to also join us on the Discord chat that comes to Patreons. I hope you have. And right now we are running the faculty stream, so you can see some of the kittens out around the house, including Gabby here when she gets let out soon. Really worthwhile to check that out. Well, it's sometimes worthwhile. Sometimes it's just a bunch of nothing, but can't promise anything. All this pouncing. All right, let's wrap it up so I can take her out for some real play, because you can't pounce next to your kittens. They don't know what's going on yet. In fact, we're going to put them back in the box, and we are going to let you out of this box, the big box. One more time, thank you all so much.